I need to buy a new computer that's like good for my good for college. Like I need like a video editing computer, even though I'm not gonna video edit for jack. That's, I mean, what about processing power? You need that shit.
Did you just say? Did you say prostate power?
Processing power, you dumb cunt.
Is that like a unit of energy? Prostate power? Joules is in like the vape? I didn't know Jewel made you powerful. Shit, now I know why all those coolers are doing it. Bro, can I get some units of power, bro?
You guys are fucking retarded. I'm going eBay.
Yeah.
I don't get why people are so desperate on that. It's so dumb.
Kyle, we should start. We're doing a Jewel contest now. Do you know about the Piss contest is over? Barack Obama won. Do you know about the Jewel contest? Do you know about the Jewel contest?
No.
Barack Obama started this one too because he got bored. He said that if you jewel 31 times in this lifespan, you win.
Okay.
It's true. He said it in a press conference last decade. He said that if Dark Souls 4 doesn't come out in 2018, he's gonna jewel. He's gonna really, really jewel all over the White House, and the press will love it, and the press will eat him up like a. Yes. The press ate him up like a pork dinner after he announced it. That's why he's not president. That's why he's not president anymore, because they ate him. No, hold on. I gotta back up. I don't think you heard. No, because he gave a press conference, and the press ate him up like a dinner. Bless you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Cunt.
That's yeah. That's why his name is. That's why his name is Jewel Brigade. He changed it.
You guys suck. I'm gonna go take a shit now.
No, that's his name. That's his name. The 44th president. The 44th president of the United States, Jewel Obama. He legalized jeweling after 50 long years of the Jewel Brigade. Let me tell you about the Jewel Brigade. The Jewel Brigade was made up of 12-year-olds, and they said we wanna jewel in the school and look cool. So they petitioned Barack Obama, and that's when his name was still Barack. They said, Barack, why don't you be like The Rock? I'm just letting whatever comes to my mind come out. They called him Barack the Rock. They said, Barack the Rock, please let us jewel in school because and they made a petition, but it wasn't any ordinary petition, because instead of using like a paper with signatures, they used real children, and They glued them together like the human centipede, and they put it in the White House. They put it in the Oval Office, and Barack Obama liked it so much that he he drooled right on them. He drooled into the first kid's mouth at the beginning, and then it went through all of the kids in the human centipede, and it came back to the other one, and he farted out. And then that's when Barack Obama threw up his hands and took all of his papers on his desk and threw them up in the air and said, "Drooling is legal now," and all across the middle schools, cool Fortnite players were yelling really loudly. Well, that's because of the Jewel Obama Act, which stated that you can drool and play Fortnite at the same time, which was previously illegal uh, for people under the age of 9. Yeah. Let me tell you, Donald Brumpy, that's his name now because he made juuling illegal again. He turned Juul, like the vape. He turned them into jewels, as in like jewelry. He turned them into jewels, and he ate them. And they're all sitting. They're they're sitting in his frumpy trumpy belly, waiting to be rescued by the Jewel Brigade of middle schoolers in my school, and they're really cool. And they kicked down they kicked down the door of the White House, and they said, Donald. They called him by his first name. They didn't respect him. They said, Donald. They said, Donald. We've they they, they said we've got a proposal for you, and they said, but only if you turn. So, yeah, so they talked to him. They got him to turn around. They got him to face the wall, and they said, "Mr. Donald," and they killed time. They just said shit to say it, while the other members of the Jewel Brigade crawled up from under the White House desk, and they cut him open real good while he wasn't looking, and they got the jewels. They got the jewel back, and they jeweled. And that's why babies are born. That's because you don't jewel. Me on the other hand, I I am Jewel. Barack Obama and me, we fused. That's why he's not president. That's why he's not president. That's why he's not the president, because we fused. We joined together and became the Jewel. Shout outs. Shout outs to Cockcow22. Let me tell you, right? They put an emote in Fortnite for me. It's called Jewel Big Boy Explosion. And it's really cool. And you should buy it for money. They released it yesterday. Yeah, this is what happens when you don't get your fuck. Speaking of, Kyle has been on the toilet the whole time. What the fuck? Where? Jesus, he's beaten off. He he, he needs some milk. Well, that's you know what. Should I? Yeah, you know why he says he needs some milk. People were confused for centuries, but he says it because milk. Let me tell you about milk. Milk is really thick, and let me tell you about thick milk. Thick milk is better than regular milk because it's thicker and it coats your throat with really nice acids, and those acids help you to be a dancer. Now, when you're a good when you're a really good dancer, you can attract all the crowds. And then when you attract the crowds, you can control them like with a lasso. You can throw a lasso, and you yeah, like when you tie a circle from the rope and then you pull it and all the people are together in a circle. You can it's either or. Well, you can use one or the other. They don't care that much. They tie them together all in a circle and they use not at all. It's a big news. It's a real big news. And let me tell you, they get them all. They got them all in a circle. They put them in a big, big, big cannon, and they fire them. They fire them in the air, and everybody parties. It's like the 4th of July, but it's not the 4th of July. It's the 5th because they couldn't get the rights. I like. I think it actually is. I, I like. I think there's legitimately limitations on what you can do on the 4th of July, big publicly, just because of that. For like firing people out of cannons, you can't do that. I like doing this because it means that I can like just like if I ever need to not. Well, I mean that's just semantics. When you use a big noose, they try to come after you with the police, but they can't. Sometimes they can't get you because your noose is too fast. But that's why they put speed limits on your noose. You can't throw it faster than 50 miles an hour, or you get fined really badly, and you have to go into hiding. Well, that's just a shame, isn't it? Sometimes people can run faster than that. Yeah, that's how they. That's why this one time I tried to use my big lasso and I tried to get the one guy in the circle and he couldn't. He was running like 50, 56, and my noose limit was too low and I couldn't catch him and he ran away and he told my dad and my dad came and he scolded me and he put me in a box and he kicked the box a couple times and then I came out and I played 2DX. That's why I played 2DX because I was in the box. I like doing this because if I ever need to just say a bunch of bullshit to fill time, I can. On the other hand, it's this, so maybe not. If I'm ever at a gig and they're fixing the drums, I'm just gonna be like, "Hey guys, did you know that Stevie Wonder was black?" I was gonna say something, but it ends there. No, that would be too simple. Because that would end way too quickly. I'd have to let it wrap around. Let me tell you about Let me tell you about Stevie Wonder. When he was like 7 or 8 years old, he went swimming in the lake, and the fish they got him. They got him real good. They got him down. They got him down on the ground. Yeah, just that's what they said. And they got him on the ground, and they held him, and they bit him. They bit him real good, and he came home, and he was all red, like this, and he was red, and he couldn't do it. He couldn't sing anymore. He couldn't dance real nice. But they took him. His parents they took him, and they beat him with a cane, like a really really spiky cane, like it had like road spikes on it. Like when they don't want you to reverse out of a parking lot, so they pop your tires. It's like that. It's those spikes, and they hit him, and they hit him, and they hit him, and then he turned black because that was their black cane. They used it for when they wanted their son to be black. Yeah, because they wanted their son to be black secretly, but they didn't want to say it, so they just made a big cane for it when the time came, and that was the time. And that's why he's black. No, not really. Sometimes I wonder if the Stevie Wonder told me that right because he can't he's mute. He's mute. He Like you not mute like in the can't speak sense, but like when you have a TV remote and it's got a mute button on, it's like somebody muted him like 3 years ago and he still can't talk. Yeah, he never had the remote. I did, and I threw it. I don't know. That's why he's still muted. If I knew where the remote was, he wouldn't be muted. This room is pretty clean. Hmm. Well, well, let me tell you a secret. Nobody knows this. I have it, but nobody knows. I can control him. Sometimes when he walks, he doesn't know. Sometimes he walks at like 2 p.m. Around then, 2 p.m. It's because I'm pressing the arrow buttons. Sometimes he walks and he doesn't realize that he's walking. He'll be sitting down like enjoying a vodka, and then he is off. He is off. That's how he died. That's how he died. I turned him off. I turned him off like a year ago, and he hasn't come back on because when I press the power button, he just says no. If I try to press the power button and turn him back on, he just says, "Let me 5 more minutes." And then he sits back down and he slumps over like a beanbag. That's Stevie Wonder. That's Stevie for you, huh? I known that man since I was 2. Yeah. Well, actually, it was about 20 years because sometimes time goes faster if you don't think about it. Have you listened to the new AC compilation? The new AC compilation? Yeah, like air conditioning. You know air conditioning? No, like air conditioning. Like when it turns on and it goes, it's like that. I'm an, yeah. They call me a devil's advocate because I say, oh, it's not the best. It's not the best there can be. It could be better. It could be noise. It could be real good noise. But that they don't listen to me. They don't listen. They don't. Well, that's what I said. But they said there's no such thing, and then I realized they were right. And to be honest with you, there's no more AC in the world. When they stopped making them, we were real strapped for cash. We couldn't make any more CDs, so we had to burn down the twin towers. We had to burn them down. That's why they fell down. We put bombs. We used the last ACs to burn them down, and then we collected the insurance fraud money, and we used that. The FBI already knows. The FBI can't stop me. I have a lot of AC, and I can blow. I'm gonna blow them away from me, like with AC. I have a lot. I have a lot of wind. I swallowed enough air conditioners to be able to control wind with my bare hands. I'm like Aang from Avatar. Except I have more arrows on my head. I have another one. That's right. You can't see them. You don't know. You don't know things. You don't. You might think you know Avatar: The Last Airbender, but really, have you ever watched the director's commentary? Have you ever watched the chakra commentary? Let me tell you about the chakra commentary. Sometimes you can really feel it in your soul when you watch Avatar. You can really feel, gee, I'm going places. I'm really moving. Well, that's why you can't see him. Yeah, he's here. He's my friend. He's my friend, and sometimes he sucks. No, he sucks. Like he's not good. Sometimes he performs worse than average, and I beat him with my toes. Because if I used my whole foot, I would kill. If I used my whole foot, I would kill him into two pieces. So I have to use my toes. No, he makes kind of disgusting noises because I think I'm like twisting his stomach inside his body, and I don't blame him. I don't wish that on any man, but I got to do it. Sometimes I drink. No. Vsauce is great. I would love to just like script one of these things that I'm saying and just have him say it with the most convincing Vsauce delivery I can. I think it would make for some good videos. And honestly, you know what else would make for some good videos if like Justin Bieber, just well you know him, you just don't know him. But sometimes he doesn't. Sometimes he doesn't. He's not the brightest boy, so sometimes he lets his balloons go into the sky and he cries for a little bit, but then he sees him come back down, and that's because Justin Bieber is a gravity, and let me tell you about that. Justin Bieber is a planet. He's registered as the ninth planet by and the Federal Gas Prices Association, and that's why they're rising because he's getting bigger. The the gas the gas prices in this country are directly proportional to the size of Justin Bieber and his landmass. Jesus, Justin's really kicking up a storm today. That's fucking ridiculous. $4, Jesus. Move out of that fucking state. That's the worst. Four $4 gas price. Yeah, figures. Fucking Jesus Christ. It's like I don't know. It's like 250 over here. And you know why it's 250? I actually talked with the governor recently, and he told me that Justin is weakening his magnetic force on Connecticut, and it's slowly. It's the bad part is that it's slowly drifting into the ocean, but the good part is that Justin is not very happy, and he's throwing a little tantrum in the middle of the United States, and it's shockwaving into Canada, and now Canada is starting to split down the middle. Justin's making waves, baby. Yeah, it's splitting Canada up. It's North Canada and South Canada. It's left. It's in horizontal halves, but they call it that for economic reasons. It's true. I don't know. I'm tired. Could you tell? Could you could you tell that I'm fucking tired? Oh, that's a really good question. Daniel told me the answer to that recently. Daniel, you know Daniel. He said that oof. Well, I can answer it anyway. Daniel told me that sometimes when you're Jewish, you can exert power over other Jewish people, and you can like build pyramids out of them and then kick them over like a child. And it's not ethical, but it gets the job done. And let me tell you about that. Sometimes when you build the pyramids high enough, you can climb them and you can touch the stars. And when you touch the stars, that gives you a couple gallons of Red Bull, and using the Red Bull, they get energy and they go to Hollywood, get higher because it's all Jews. You can't do it if you're not Jewish. You can't build any pyramids if you're not Jewish. They probably would. To be honest with you, I could probably like I wonder how many people, either on X or Poll, if I posted that and like tried to sound as straight fucking deadpan and serious as possible. I wonder if anybody would believe it, like legitimately, and be like, "Hey man, how'd you know this? Do you have any more information?" Yeah, I built pyramids from people, and they were really big pyramids. They were like longer than wide. They weren't really pyramids. They were kind of like big triangles, but they were thicker. No. Yeah, you know, I visited a few places, but not that one. Once I went to Universal Studios, and they had Epcot, and that was one of the countries, but I didn't go because it wasn't interesting. Some Sometimes I destroy worlds. It's fun. It's fun, but it's time consuming. That's why I drink pineapple juice, and pineapple juice makes me gay. No, I go on Grindr because, it's not really an app for gay people. It's just a front to make it seem less intimidating from the FBI. It's actually an app for grinding, like literally, and you can like do it to people. You can like kill them by grinding them really hard. Yeah, well, there's drugs that can make you resistant to the grind, and they won't kill you. It'll just take a couple layers off your skin. You learn. But
Um,
Kyle,
uh,
Kyle, how long have you been here? Yes.
yes, I'm back. I just came back.
How long? Oh, because I was about to say, Kyle, I've got a lot of catching up for you, buddy.
Okay.
Kyle, Kyle, Kyle.
Okay. Yes.
Do you know about YouTube?
I'm sorry.
Do you know about YouTube?
I'm confused now.
YouTube.
Like YouTube, yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's for videos, right?
No.
What do you mean no? First of all, what do you mean no?
No. It started off as a dating site.
Well, now it's for videos, but that's what they want you to think.
Okay.
That's what they want you to think when you look at YouTube. You say YouTube. It's like you in the tube, but no, it's not really that
Shut
at
the
all.
fuck up, faggot.
It's you on the tube. You don't go in the tube, you go on it. And when you go on the tube, you get a 360 view of the tube. Oh no, 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 no. The vascular tube.
See, that doesn't help.
The vascular tube. It's where the blood goes when you die. And everybody, they want you to think that you go in, but really you go on it. And when you go on it, you can skateboard really cool. It's like that game Skate or
Shut
Die
the
with
fuck
like
up.
with like a trackball. It's really cool.
Shut the fuck up.
Kyle is not as receptive to my gospel.
No.
Sometimes sometimes when you skateboard on the side of it, they yell at you a little. They say, "Hey, you're breaking it," but you shouldn't listen to them because they're not straight.
You're gay.
No, just had to set the record straight on that one. And speaking of setting records straight, did you know that in the 1970s they sold all records bent, but you had to straighten them?
Did you know? I didn't ask.
Yeah, you did. You asked when you weren't paying attention. That's what I did with the
Fucking cunt, let me tell you something.
Kyle. Have you heard of the remote?
Have you heard of fuck off?
Like when you turn on your TV, you use a remote. Kyle, do you use a remote when you use your TV, or do you? to it and press the buttons. Well, that's
No, I finger my asshole.
Well, when you do, no. You should not be doing that. You should not be doing that. Let me tell you why. They're watching you, Kyle. They can see you through your body. They can see through it like glass.
What if they fucking Tim?
You are not safe, Kyle. They're gonna pick you up and they're gonna put you in the glass house. Do you know about the glass? Kyle, do you know about the glass house? They tell you about heaven and they tell you about hell, but they don't tell you about the glass house. That's where they go when they find you, and then they throw. They throw. No, they throw. I can't tell you what they throw. It's unspeakable. It's absolutely unspeakable. And I'm red with anger. But anyway.
Still shopping for.
I'm red with anger. Yeah. Anyway, sometimes when you go to the glass house, it's like a greenhouse. That's where they get you again because it's not green, it's glass. You're fucked. That's why they say don't throw stones in the glass house.
Hey guys, if I buy a black computer, will it work?
No. Well,
I don't get why people sell like their computers without operating systems. It's like
that's the thing about computers. You know, when you use a computer, you say, "Oh, I got Windows. Oh, I got," but they don't tell you that when you have Windows, you don't just have Microsoft. You have real Windows, and they're watching you through those windows. But when you have Apple, you can just eat apples, and they're healthy apples, and they're golden sometimes.
I turned Alex down to like 9%. I can still hear him. Like, oh, fucking bitch.
Why'd you turn me down to 9%?
You're loud as fuck.
Sorry.
Louder than my fucking. Never mind.
I'll get back here. How's this? Anyway, you know when you play Minecraft, Arma would be an expert at this one. So it's called Minecraft. Sometimes you might say, "Oh, it's about mining. It's about crafting." No. It's one word. It's a word that they don't want you to hear, and they try to separate it into two because they know. But really, it's one word, and it means suffering. Do you know that because they have bedrock, and it's rock that you put in your bed, and sometimes when you sleep in your bed, you have to die at the end. That's what happens at the end of your life. You sleep in your bed, but you don't wake. You would die. You just die.
Why am I friends with you?
Kyle, you just don't want to hear the truth.
I don't want to hear the autistic truth.
All right, well, let me tell you about the autistic truth. I can go back to Stevie Wonder.
He's not autistic, you dumb fuck.
Stevie Wonder, he wasn't autistic, but Stevie Wonder, you know why he's black? Kyle?
Because he can't see.
No, it's because when he was like 8 or 9, right, he went swimming. And sometimes when you go swimming in the lake, which is where he went swimming, sometimes there's fish there. Did you know that? And those fish, they grabbed him. They got him. They said, "We got him, boys." They dragged him down. They dragged him down to the bottom, and they beat him. They bit him, and they beat him, and he was all red. He was red like dirt. And his parents saw him, and they dragged him up, and they beat him. They beat him with the black cane. And let me tell you about the black cane. The black cane was a cane, but you know when you go through like a toll and they have those spikes that pop your tires? It was like that. It was covered in those, and they beat him and they beat him and they beat him. Black. Well, the remote comes later. Anyway, he's dead now. It's because of me. I didn't like him anymore. He wasn't responding. You know, Alexa, he was like that in the end. I was using him like that, but then he stopped turning on. When I called his name, I said Stevie, and he said, and he would just vibrate for a little bit and then turn off. No. T-posing is divine and should not be misused for your purposes. I don't want to go back upstairs because my mom's probably going to be like, fuck, why aren't you asleep? This is why. This is why I'm spreading my truth. No fucking, I'm really happy about that. I want to hear some of this shit back because I can't believe I actually can't believe how long I kept some of these things running. The piss. That's good. That's fine. I'm happy with it. Yeah, you know what? I think I am. I think I